Good morning children. Today we are going to discuss about modern periodic table which was proposed by Moseley. So the properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. Here atomic number it is depicted with capital Z. Capital Z means number of protons which are present inside the nucleus, and the number of protons are equivalent to total number of electrons in the neutral atom. Total number of electrons present in a neutral atom. Now extended by this modern periodic table extended by Niels Bohr. Here the periodic functions of the physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic functions of the electronic configuration. Here electronic configuration means the systematic arrangement of electrons in different atomic orbitals. Here to eliminate the problems of inversion pairs of elements in periodic table, they have placed the elements in the periodic table in some vertical columns. They were called as groups. Vertical columns they were called as groups. These are vertical columns. Vertical columns are called as groups. This is one group, this is another group, this is another group, like that. Next, period. Period means horizontal rows. See here. Here hydrogen is placed and here helium is placed. This is one period. Next here lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. So this comes under period. Horizontal row is considered to be as a period. First period consists of only two elements, hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen and helium, these two comes under first period. Second period consists of 8 elements, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. These two are inert gases. Next, third period consists of beryllium, lithium, sodium, beryllium, magnesium, boron, aluminium, carbon, silicon, nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen, sulfur, fluorine, chlorine, neon, argon. So here also we are able to find 8 elements only. So second and third periods are called as short periods with 8 elements each. Second period starts with lithium, end up with neon. Third period starts with sodium, end up with argon. Fourth period if you take, starts with potassium, it ends up with krypton. Fifth period if you take, it starts with rubidium and ends up with xenon. Next here, sixth period if you take, it starts with cesium in the first group and here radon. Seventh period starts with francium and this element to be known. Now let us take that in the groups. Normally we are going to discuss that this is what top to bottom. Top to bottom we used to discuss that atomic size or any other properties. Next here, these two are considered to be as S block elements. And here these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these considered to be as P block elements. And here we are able to find D block elements will be present. Under the periodic table, again 2 rows will be there with 14 elements each. This is what F block elements. So S block elements, if you observe it, S block elements are placed here. First A, it is starting with hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Second group, if you take beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. So these two groups are called as S block elements are placed here. First group it is called as alkali metals group. Second group it is called as alkaline earth metals group. This is first A group is said to be as alkali metals. Second A group is said to be as alkaline earth metals group. And here in the P block we are able to see that this is what third A. This is fourth A. This is fifth A. Oxygen is sixth A. Fluorine is seventh A. And this is eighth A. So here this is what the third A group starts with boron. So it is called as boron aluminum family. Fourth A group is called as carbon family, carbon and silicon. Next here, fifth group if you take nitrogen and phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, like that elements lies in the fifth group. Next in the sixth group we are able to find that oxygen family we are calling oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, like that elements lies in the 6A group. In the seventh group we are able to find the halogens we are calling them, and fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, like that elements will be present in the 7th A group. And in the 8th group we are able to find helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are all called as zero group elements or inert gases. These 8th A group elements are also called as noble gases. Zero group elements or inert gases are also called as noble gases. D block elements are called as transitional elements. Here we are able to find nearly 10 blocks will be there like this. Like this we are able to find 10 blocks. This is what transitional elements we can call. And here inner transitional F block elements are called as inner transitional elements. These are called as inner transitional elements. Position of elements in periodic table based on their electronic configuration. The element which is having the differentiating electron means whatever the last electron of that element, where it goes, whether it is entering into S block or P block or D block or F block, that we are supposed to observe it. Position of elements depends on blocks of the periodic table. So there are 4 blocks, as we know that S block it is having 2 rows, and P block it is having 6 rows, and D block it is having 10 rows, and the F block it is having 14 rows. In the S block, let us take sodium. Here hydrogen, lithium, sodium, third period first element is sodium, which is having atomic number 11. When the atomic number is 11, if we write the electronic configuration, for sodium 11, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So this 1s1 means it is under K shell, 2s and 2p under L shell, and only 3s comes under M shell. So the valency electron or the last electron enters into S orbital, so it belongs to S block. Now let us take for example magnesium, which is having atomic number Z value 12. Then 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2. So the last electron enters into M shell, and that also S orbital, so it is also comes under S block element. Magnesium lies beside that sodium. Now let us discuss about P block elements. P block elements. So here in the third A we are able to find that here aluminum. Next underneath that carbon fourth group silicon we are able to find aluminum atomic number is 13, silicon atomic number 14, and phosphorus atomic number 15, so on. So here let us take aluminum 13, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. Means the incoming electron, the outermost valence electron goes into p orbital, so it belongs to p block element. And even silicon 14 atomic number, if we write the electronic configuration, the last electron goes into p orbital only, 3p2. Phosphorus 15 atomic number, the valency electron enters into 3p3, so there it is also p block element only. Oxygen sulfur family, in that sulfur is having atomic number 16. If we write the electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. 3p4 means the valency electron enters into p orbital. Next let us take chlorine 17, atomic number Z value is 17. If we write the electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. 3p5 means the outermost valency shell is the M shell, and which is having p orbital, so valency electron goes into p orbital, so these are all the p block elements only. The next element is argon. Argon 18. For that if we write the electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Let us take that 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 6 10, 10 plus 2 12, 12 plus 6 18. So this is what one of the inert gas. Inert gas are the noble gas. Now let us discuss about D block elements. D block elements. In that 3D series, d orbital starts from when the n value is 3, so we are calling it a 3D series. It starts with scandium. Mostly the scandium comes here. Scandium comes here, and this row ends here with zinc 30. Scandium is having atomic number 21. So if we write the electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d1. So d orbital total capacity to accommodate the electrons 10, but only one electron enters in the scandium into d orbital, so it belongs to d block or transitional element. Zinc, which is having atomic number 30, so if we write the electronic configuration for that, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10. So here 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 8, 18, 20, 30. So here 30 atomic number zinc also placed here. So scandium placed here and zinc placed here. Next, fourth D series if we take, it starts with atomic number 39 yttrium and cadmium atomic number 48. It ends up with cadmium 48. And 5D series if you take, it starts with atomic number 57 lawrencium and end up with hydrazine, which is having the atomic number 80. 6th D series if we take, it starts with actinium 89, atomic number 89, and the last element yet to be found. Now let us discuss about the F block elements. F block elements. 5D series where the 4f orbital is present. 4f means this row totally 4f, we can say this is 5f. The valency electron enters into 4f for all the elements which are placed here, and the valency electron enters into 5f when you take any element present here. So here 6d series 5f orbital. Next 5d series, if we take lanthanum 57 atomic number, next to that 58 is cerium Ce, the symbol is Ce, and lutetium Lu 71, it end up with 71. It is one of the F block, starts with cerium and end up with lutetium, which is having 71. Next 6d series, if we take 89 is actinium, 90 is thorium. It starts with thorium, will be placed here, and lawrencium, which is having the atomic number 103, mostly it comes here. Here thorium will be present, here lawrencium present here. General electronic configuration of F block elements. General electronic configuration of F block elements. N-2 of F, 1 - 14, N-1 D, 0 of here NS2. Cerium, if we take xenon, after we are supposed to write that 4f1, 5d1 and 6s2. This indicates that xenon atomic number is 54. Actually cerium it is having 58. So 4f1 1 electron goes, and 5d1 1 electron goes, and 6s2. So the final valency electron goes into 4f. So it is one of the F block element. Cerium is one of the F block element.